Hello guys, Salty Gamer here, and today I'll be reviewing Spectre. This is one of those anime series that feels very overwhelming at first, with it being so dialogue heavy. Basically, it relies on conversations to keep the viewers interested. There's not much fights or action in it. But once you watch more, you really do appreciate the charm of the show. I dropped this anime series, but then gave it another chance, and I really liked it a second time. In this anime, yokai exist in this world. The main character, Kotoko, has been chosen as a yokai's god of wisdom, but as a result, she lost her eye and she lost her leg. Many of the yokai, though, admire her, and she's in contact with many of them on a daily basis. Her goal is to protect the world from supernatural beings that threaten the peace between yokai and humans. She has her eye, though, on a guy that she's very fond of. His name is Kuro, and after she saw that he's single again, she begins to approach him. She has a crush on him, but soon learns that Kuro isn't a normal human. He's a being that the yokai fear. Together, they work together to protect the world from any supernatural beings that threaten the daily lives of humans and yokai. This anime got a very low score on my anime list. It got a 6.96, which is not good. I get why people are dropping the show though, and giving it a low score. It's very hard to get into. There's not a lot of action, like at all. Even with yokai, there still aren't a lot of amazing fight scenes. It's all about conversations and understanding how humans act. And that's not the type of show that lots of people like to watch. You have to give the show multiple chances in order to understand its appeal. I really like this anime because of the mystery aspect and the way it dives into the human psyche. The way it approaches mysteries is so intriguing. The characters think of the most unlikely scenarios of what might have happened during murders, and they're able to explain it in a way that makes sense. It makes the impossible sound possible. The way Kotoko is able to think of all these scenarios that no one would even think of and be able to make it sound like a plausible scenario is amazing. Even if scenarios aren't what happened, they can still be used to build off on in order to find out the truth. The episode where they investigate the sightings of the idol ghost Nanase is when the story really begins. It becomes very supernatural at this point, as this ghost and killer is able to appear in reality because of the fears and words of human beings. She's fiction come to life, basically. This is where everything becomes very interesting. Kotoko has come up with countless scenarios to ease up the fears of the supposed legend. You can't just use special powers to kill this legend. Kotoko has to convince people on the internet that this legend is not real, and nothing supernatural is occurring. That this is easily explainable. This is the thing though, it is something supernatural. So essentially, you're trying to twist the truth and make people believe in the reality that you painted. This is so fascinating, to see a character try to win over the internet with words, and make them believe in a conspiracy that isn't real. It's so entertaining seeing her come up with so many different unbelievable scenarios and try to convince the internet that these scenarios could have happened. It's so fascinating because it's like how the world is today. If you come up with very convincing conspiracies about what could have happened, many people will start to believe in it, and it becomes the truth for many people. It shows the frightening power of words. If you're good at twisting the truth, you can convince people of anything. I'm sure many of us know about situations in real life where people come up with these wild ideas, and many people on the internet actually believe it's true. This anime does a great job at showing the crazy parts of the internet. Every episode is so exciting as Kotoko has to think really quickly and give a counter argument to anyone on the internet that doesn't believe the potential scenarios that she lays out for the ghost sightings. It's great how she realizes when a scenario is too weak, and she instead builds off of it and makes a more believable scenario. It's funny in a way that it's so entertaining just seeing characters type messages on the internet. The only downside I can see for this anime series is that the Idol Nanase arc took way too long. This anime was basically one large arc. I have never seen this before. I've seen arcs that have been too rushed before an anime series, but never one that lasted too long. The anime really should have been at least 2 arcs. One long arc is just dragging out too long. It could have been wrapped up quicker. Besides mysteries and the parts where Kotoko has to convince people on the internet to believe her almost impossible situations that she came up with, I really liked the interactions between Kotoko and Kuro. It was so funny seeing her flirt with him and trying to be so close to him, and seeing him respond to her aggressive actions. I know some people will say this couple seemed too odd, but I like how they fit as a couple. I had mixed feelings about the characters. I obviously like Kotoko, but the other characters were lacking. My favorite character is Kotoko, obviously. You know how much I love Dear Dear characters, and she is as dear dear as it gets. She was very loving towards Kuro, and never gave up on the pursuit for his love. You have to respect her for that. I really like it when a girl is honest with her feelings. Kuro just seemed like a generic nice guy that is insecure of himself at times. He just seemed like a typical anime protagonist. Nothing about him stood out. I like the character Saki in that I like how jealous she made Kotoko feel at times, but that's really it. I didn't like how she abandoned Kuro and is still fearful of his powers even when he's doing his best to help humans. The opening and ending song for his anime series were good. The music throughout the anime was great. It was really enjoyable hearing the soundtrack throughout. The animation style and animation were okay. This is an underrated anime series that is very hard to get into. I mean, almost everything is just conversations and characters typing on the computer. But for me, I really like the deep message about how powerful words can be and how it can make people believe almost anything online, even things that seem ridiculous to some people. It's just really amazing at how people can make illogical things seem logical to other people. I really do think that's where they were going with this idea. It was entertaining seeing Kotoko come up with so many wild scenarios and great counter arguments to any weaknesses that these scenarios may have had. I give this anime a 8 out of 10. So that's all I'm talking about for today. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and please comment if you found anything interesting in the video.